quick, doing a major amount of damage, and immediately starts giving them control of the point. And a massive shatter! Epic Shock just runs in, hits the Q, and shuts them down. Mortal Wombat commit to a fight.
Yes, indeed, and they're gonna have to just look for a touch here. I mean, the Reinhardt's gonna have to pin in. The Lucio already getting killed. I don't think anyone's gonna make it here.
Gonna be looking to find some follow-up. The Diva Bomb now being placed while the Sound Bear is able to even things out. Romy being able to find out Hypnosis. Now they're pushing onto the point. The entirety of the fight's kind of split with Opa playing on point. Oats able to get out Madsen, and looks like we're gonna be seeing Reborn trying to take off Epic Shot on the point. It's gonna be charged off and die. But we see Romy come out with the Shatter, hoping to evening up this fight as he's able to get 2 picks off of it. Same with Apom, able to find out Epic Shock. It looks like the only people left are kind of squishies, but Opa's able to find out Slimal. That's not looking good. The respawns are coming back as we see Hypnosis return to the fight with the Sound Barrier. They're going to be able to stall this out as much as they want. The only people left are Opa. The Reinhardt's coming back, but that so much damage is coming in. Now we see the Reinhardt return back in. The Sound Barrier being used to contest the fight. They're being able to just charge and melt it down. The Diva Bomb is built up by Navino Madsen, able to find out Hypnosis. They are able to get the cap open.
Before, and you can do it again here as we are already at final fight territory.
Look at that, they're able to use that Fire Strike, and it's an even trade! Never mind, Apom's gonna be going down. Reborn has to even it up by finding out Opa. The Blizzard's there on the point. The Sim Walls aren't gonna be enough. The Reinhardt Hammer goes through it. Now Reborn's the only person on point. Not only does he have to stall, but he has to try to find, but is gonna be picked out because it's frozen. We see them now playing on the point. The Remake is gonna be able to find out Apom. That's kind of unfortunate. Now the Shatter's trying to find some value, but Romy's already dead. Madsen is gonna be able to come back onto the Tracer, but gets shot in the head by Squirrel Ben. Tenacity showing that they live to their namesake, because Lucio's going to be the last person to try to touch, but they don't have a Sound Barrier or anything to try to stall. They have to touch, but they're just going to be hit by the hammer and booted by the Diva, and eventually that's just going to give Tenacity the first point lead. And look at that, we do see Tenacity take over the high ground. They have control of this arena. Point Navino is going to be picked off early. The res does get possible, and Apom does have the window, but it looks like Hypnosis is going to pop it first, be able to pick up. Yeah, definitely agree what you mean. Look at that Gravitic Flux placed onto the point. That Transcendence is going to peel for Oats. The High Noon from Opa looking to find a target. Oh no, they move a little too far back. They were a bit too scared. They may be starting to win this fight with the 2 picks, but either way, Tenacity captures that and starts evening it out. Look at that, already wanting to peek over. Romy goes down dangerous. Luckily, they rotate. They managed to miss the Dragons, but they already have to use Immortality and a Halt to try to help themselves. They're getting in by so much damage just with the Discord and Hanzo. They're kind of uncoordinated, and it's pressuring them too much. Look at that. They aren't even able to touch the point. Reborn is able to use the High Noon to touch that Zenyatta, but nobody's able to touch the point. They immediately have to run out, get rid of cover. Looks like Nvidia's going to be switching over to the Diva, possibly wanting to go over to the Brawl, but O's using the Gravitic Flux not only to get back to point faster, but look to slam and demech Navino. The Immortality is able to save them while Sly is able to find out Opa, but there's still the advantage on the side of Tenacity. We do see Reborn going over to the Doomfist. They're able to melt them down so quickly, and look how safe the Zenyatta is, so far back, and the point that they can't even extend the resources to dive. Roby is looking to stall this out as much as they can as the Wrecking Ball, but the Bongo is going to be able to secure the damage. Yeah, I definitely agree. Look at that. Reborn already taking up the high ground. They're immediately finally taking a dive. That Sound Barrier is going to come in, but the Transcendence was built fights ago. It's going to be able to help them out. That Primal Rage looking to just boop around the Zenyatta or everyone else. The Death Blossom being placed down perfectly. They find the opening they've been waiting for, being able to finish off the majority of Tenacity. The only one able to just barely escape. But now Oats and the rest of Tenacity are kind of mispositioned. They aren't playing together, and this may cost them. The Diva Bomb going up by Navino's going to be able to drop down, break out that Immortality, and force people around, and that's going to be Tenacity's big issue. Sure, you force Romy going in. Madsen goes immediately inside, wants to try to pressure out Oats, as the Death Blossom cannot die early. They do manage to find out Epic Shock because Navino is just putting in so much pressure. The Death Blossom gets placed in. Looks like Full Gold is able to find out Madsen, but not until Opa's gone, and they're able to capture the point.
Yes, indeed, and it's going to be final fight territory here, and they're duping onto the Diva, but maybe this bomb from Oats can do something.
Look, they do take those mines on the point. The sound barrier is going to be used so they can start walking over. Oats is going to be able to find out Reborn. Rami goes down very early in this fight too. Slime's not going to be able to survive too much from Opa. Now the window gets placed. Massive was trying to look for a Death Blossom opportunity, but it was a bit too late. It looks like they gave Tenacity a bit of opportunity to set up, plan, and prepare. And even if they bring that into overtime, it looks like Tenacity are going to be winning Hollywood and bringing us into match point. Only person left to touch is the Moira, but it looks like they still want to try to do this as much as they can. Romy taking on the high ground. Matson's coming back with the Death Blossom, has the opportunity to win this fight. The Coalescence looking in for extra peel. The Transcendence and Pulse Bomb being popped out. They're able to find out Navino and secure this team fight. Looks like Opa is able to find it out. The Death Blossom going inside the backline, being able to find out too. Slimo able to even it up by finding out Hypnosis. The Sigma's just looking to do his best, but he's all alone. Oats is not looking too clean, looking to eat up as much as damage as possible, but the hack goes on to Epic Shock. That's going to be stopping the ball from doing as much as they want. Look, they're going to be able to find out.
As well as just the main person touching, as we are finally entering overtime.
Look at that. Already taking it early. They managed to shut down with a good coordination. That Moira, the rally's going to give them some extra sustain and armor. Those mines are placed in such a spot that they can't retreat. They have to take this fight. Look at that slam going out. Going to be able to find out Romy was only able to...
And also, it's just, they've been able to win these fights off of just the Diva Bomb, as you're seeing now, or just the Primal Rage, and we're already seeing a fight over.
Yeah, unfortunately, unlike in Hollywood, they don't have the room to protect their Zenyatta. They just immediately dive in, especially with Matson. They're able to start getting
too much. And now the EMP is probably going to come out just to deal with Minefield.
Oh no, they shut down the Zenyatta before, but Squirrelbin manages to get the 3K and put them all back into the Shadow Realm. Does get canceled out, but the Transcendence was used just to peel for it, just in case. We do see them popping in. Roby's gonna get picked off before he can get any sleek of healing. Slimo is gonna be also melted down, same with Matson. They don't have any form of win condition, so now they just have to attempt to stall. The payload does go into overtime, however, it looks like Tenacity.
The final touch here for the Wrecking Ball, but the question is, what are they gonna do with the touch? They have no ults online. It's just going to be kind of a stall-ish attempt with the Transcendence here.
Yeah, they pop it out. The Coalescence kind of equalizing on it, but they're just moving into the back line. Looks like Matson's using that Death Blossom. It does get canceled in the end, but Navino was able to clean up the rest of the enemy targets. Now that Pulse Bomb's back, but Epic Shock is as well. The hack managing to just clean them up. There is nothing they can do. And Opa, well, you'll just have to do better on your attack because it looks like Tenacity's going to be held on third point. And now Navino's just getting free payload push, but Oats doesn't look too happy. Look at them taking that dive in. They managed to find out Squirrelbin. The Immortality is able to kind of peel out for the Zenyatta, but eventually it's going to be melted. Same with Opa. It's kind of unfortunate. They just weren't ready, and they should have set up more on the low ground because in the end, it looks like the only thing dying is Navino's mech.
Probably be able to cap point A here without little to no resistance unless we're seeing a ball contest here at the very end. The picks are already coming through.
I'm sorry, Squirrelbin was across the map. It's just seeing people and start shooting at them. If they were just a bit more prepared, they would have been fine and won that point. Maybe been able to capture or take an early fight. But it looks like this high, he knows where they are. He's now following them, gonna be able to boop inside, trying to build those mines. Squirrelbin pops out the dragons, is looking to find a target, but Romy and Navino looks like they're looking for the rest of the enemy targets. Oats is able to find out Rami, but in the end, Oats is gonna be demeched. He's not gonna be able to be killed though, so has a moment to remech. Apom does get slammed, but it's perfectly fine. Epic Shock isn't going to be able to do much. The Coalescence being thrown in as security, and it looks like they still are building up their ult chart in a very close spot. Never mind, it looks like they still want to try to hold it, using that Dragons to play, to split them up. Squirrelbin manages to find out too, and my goodness, just take him out if he's being able to do this much damage to you guys. Respawn's more in favor on the side of Tenacity. Squirrelbin able to finish off the rest of them. Romy does manage to find out Squirrelbin, but Opa cleans it up, manages to find out Reborn. They don't have another fight. I'm sorry, but you just can't let Squirrelbin live for this long and find this much value. Navino trying to come out to play on the point, but it looks like he's just going to be picked off and demeched. But it looks like that overtime's coming in, not lost till they say it is, as we see Bet carry Tenacity into the 3-0. It's